Hello magical makers. This is a fun little live that I've just done on Instagram, assembling ears and just chatting and having a moment where we check in and talk about all the things to come that I hope to plan for in the new year, as well as some of my ever after ears plans that will be extended. So here we go. I'm pressing the live button in 3, 2, 1, boom. Bonjour. Hi. How's everyone doing this evening? I apologize that this is late starting. However, my son is in the 10-month age range, 10 to 12 months, and he is completely and 100%. Hi, Cactus Cutest Crochet. That's one of my testers. Hello. Hi, my husband's here. Oh, thank you. Yes, I love this. I'll tell you a story about that in just a second so we can get started. But when you're checking in, of course, as always, where are you from? What you working on? Have you caught up with your Christmas to-do list? Because I know anybody that's a woman that is crafty has a long list of things to do, and crafty men too. I won't say that, you know, it's only women, but usually crafty women just love to load their plate up for the holidays. Either they load their plate up or they say, they throw their hands in the air and they say, I'm done. So it's totally whatever. So I'm coming to you live tonight. We are talking through, I'm just showing you like my assembly process. If you've gotten this pattern for the Ever After ears and you have not made them yet, today is a live assembly of all the parts and pieces. I've already pre-crocheted the bow, the ear sections, and now we are doing like the last chapter of the pattern, which will be the assembly of everything. So I'm really excited because I did this when I was doing the testing for the pattern. I was having a hard time editing my video and the tutorial that would go on YouTube. I tried to do it ahead of time for the testers, but it took forever. So to alleviate some of the pain that it is to try to work through a pattern without the video visuals, I went live with the tester group and we put a set of ears together, and it was so fun. And I said, you know what, I'm definitely gonna do this in the future because I love live assembly and I love like watching people work with their hands as they talk. So hey, that's what we're doing tonight, and we're chatting, we're getting into what we're doing next year. I got my Bubly. Oh my God, Heather! My best friend from college is in here. Hi, Heather. I love you so much. Oh my God. I love that's my H Mills 45. I don't even know what the 45 is. Heather, did you just pick that number because you couldn't pick just H Mills? Love you. Having so much fun. So yes, I got my Bubly. It's raspberry flavored in case anyone is curious. I never used to like bubbly water, and then I don't know what happened when I hit my 30s. All of a sudden I loved, came from college. Was it like part of your student ID number? That's so funny. Anyway, we can talk about that later, Heather. Sorry, I get really easily sidetracked. So yes, got the Bubly water. I have my, if you see me like look over here, I have a camera set up so that I can post the horizontal version on my YouTube channel. So if anybody's missing this live on Instagram, my given email. Oh, okay, that totally makes sense. Awesome. So yeah, if anyone's watching this later on and they want to watch like a full version of it with like an actual horizontal view, I have this, will be having this posted on my YouTube channel. So that's that. To give you the story of my yarn wall really quick. So back like, oh man, this was like the very like early part of the pandemic. I want to say it was like July 2022. I was moving like, and I really wanted to find a creative way to store my yarn. And I remember like seeing people's garages and seeing all of their like, I'm just gonna start assembling these ears, by the way. I'm gonna start with the yarn wrapped around the headband. That's where I always start with the worsted weight version. Today's yarn, you guys, I'm using Glowing by YARNY, and it's a worsted weight 4 category, and It's like this cool, the colorway is called Shopping Spree. So it's this like double stranded yarn that's like black strand with like a neon ombre color changing yarn. And I really love this yarn. It's gonna be a part of my New Year's ear collection drop. What did you say, Cactus Cuties? I just finished 2 sets of ears. Now I have 2 crochet bags to finish, as well as edit photos for my other business. Let's not talk about Christmas shopping. Girl, your list is long and I do not envy you. Oh my God, Amber, hey girl. Oh my God, my old dance friend, Amber. Not old, you're not old. You're very young, Amber. My dance friend from my performing days, which that'll be a whole YouTube video. Oh my gosh. Wow, look at the drip of the glue on that. That is hilarious. Gonna let that hit the table and stay there. Anyway, so back to my story about this yarn wall. I wanted to have a fun way to display my yarn, at least my nicer yarns. This was back when I had like bags on bags on bags. I'm talking like trash bag size bags of yarn, and I just like, you know, and then my nice yarn I would like shove in bags, and I said, well, this isn't exactly the best use of bags. Like, this isn't the best way to store this yarn. I know I can come up with something better. And I remember seeing in like commercials for like power tools and seeing like people's garages, and I was like, dang, you know what? I was like, pegboards, that can't be just useful for people's tools in their garages, so why don't I do a pegboard with yarn? And then lo and behold, as soon as I kind of had that idea, I was thrift shopping with my sister who was staying with me for the summer, my sister Rachel, and I came across this gorgeous, now I don't even know if it's like real or it's like truly vintage. It's just one of those like things you find, you can kind of see like the ornate like parts of it right here and there and whatnot. But I saw this frame in a Goodwill. It was $25. This is huge. This is a huge frame. It's like 3 feet by something. I don't know. And I said, wow, this is perfect. So my husband helped me, and I literally just like screwed into the back of it this pegboard. And actually it was like a white pegboard, so I just used the flip side of it, so it was brown, so it kind of like matched the frame. And then just added pegs to it, and voila! I highly recommend this. Now it's like nice because I see everything that I have. I'm not like overbuying, well, at least not as much as I used to. I'm not overbuying yarn or buying yarn. And then, you know, like you buy like, oh man, I never have this enough of this color. And so you buy like 5 of them, and you come home and you realize you already had 5 of them. And you're like, oh great. It's like spices. Anytime I go shopping for spices, I do the same exact thing. So anyway, that's the story behind that. $25. It cost, I think the pegboard at the time cost me like $9, only just because the frame was so massive in size. And then the pegs themselves I got on Amazon for like another like $8, $7, $8. So win, 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 because wow, that's a pegboard. So thank you so much. Yes, yeah, it's a pegboard. And you know, it's great because I can move the pegs around however I want. So I use a part of a skein, it gets smaller, I can shift the peg over, and so it's squished more, and then I can kind of like arrange it as I please. I'm sure one day when I'm having a really crazy OCD day when I want to clean, I will probably like color coordinate it, so I can put like neutrals on one side, colors on the other side, brights in the middle, I don't know, something like that. Just catching up here. Hello everyone. Tell me what you're up to this holiday season, what you're into, what you're making, where you're from, if you don't mind. I will say I am from West Palm Beach, not originally, but this is where I live, like South Florida. And I've been in Florida for, I will say like, oh man, since 2013 or 2012, I can't remember. 2013 or 2012, I've been in West Palm Beach or I've been in Florida, I should say. I've been in West Palm Beach now since 2019, officially. And I love it down here. You know, it's not like they say, like the hurricanes really aren't that bad. It's really just like, maybe like don't live right on the water, but I say that now and I'm like right on the intercoastal. So yeah, yarn organization is always a struggle for me. Yeah, and it's still a struggle for me because I just, you know, I feel like when you have more than 2 projects in rotation for whips, you tend to like kind of have yarn everywhere. Yarn is always a part of my decor. My husband has accepted it, I've accepted it. I will say it is getting harder to try and not, to try to keep it out of reach of my son. I have a 10-month-old and he is already pulling himself up to standing. He's table cruising, like table surfing they call it, where they like stand up at the table, like a coffee table, and they like walk around it by holding onto the edge. He's so cute. Favorite gem glue for ears? Great question. Favorite gem glue for me, I always love a good E6000 glue. I will say though, just be careful with that one because it smells. It has a very high, fumey smell. Like it's got, if you sit with it for too long, like in your enclosed space, like I would always say like use it where you can have a little bit more ventilation, like maybe like open a window in your kitchen or something, because it's kind of like, it gives me, like if you've ever been to a nail salon and like you can tell they don't fumigate well in there, and it's like, it makes your eyes like water after a while, and it kind of makes your nose like, do I have any nose hairs left? So yeah, careful with that because it's really effective. It will last and last and last, but it is definitely at first, and it does take at least, I think it takes at least a full like 6 hours to be like cured, like dried completely. It won't move, blah blah blah. It'll dry like immediately and it will like harden immediately, but like for it to be like fully set, it does take some time. I just use my Gorilla glue gun for gems, at least for the big gems. So like if anyone's watched any of my reels that I posted in the past like month, I did a couple reels that feature a set of ears that I hope to release in a collection sometime next year, and they're really fun. I'm using these big honkin' rhinestones I found from Hobby Lobby, and I just used a glue gun for that. However, I will say, after doing the one pair, I actually might just switch to E6000 later because I think the hot glue, it's hard to work with when you have smaller stones, and I definitely have a mix of large stones and small stones in that set of ears. So I definitely want to maybe be a little more accurate with my gluing and make sure there's no like spider webbing once it dries, and it, you know, then you're like taking your hands away from keeping it in its placement. So just doing my first initial yarn wrap of my headband. I am working with, again, Glowing by YARNY. And hi, somebody from Brazil, hi. Oh my goodness, I don't speak what you have typed there. I can't even read it, I'm sorry. Portuguese, right? That's what you speak there? Hello. Thank you for joining. Oh, that's so exciting. Yes, I'm using Glowing by YARNY in the colorway Shopping Spree. It's this fun like black and neon twisted yarn. This is like really weird yarn because like their colorways do not match each other. I think whoever invented the colorways for this just did it in like different moods like throughout the years because they're all very different. Excuse me, I am going to be burping a little bit throughout this because I'm drinking a bubbly. It does make me burp, so sorry ahead of time. I'm a lady, but you know, better out than in, you know. So yeah, but this yarn works up so pretty. This is the bow that I'm having. I don't know if I'm gonna have pink on top or a yellow on top. I think I'm gonna do like the yellow on top. I like that. Also loving the Mickey Ears pattern. Yay, I'm so happy to hear that. Oh my gosh, you have no idea. That pattern has been in my heart and in my mind for longer than anyone can really even know. I got the idea for it ages ago. I'm talking like 7 years ago. However, it is, if anyone's worked it up or started to read it yet, it has quite a bit of steps that you have to do to get to the ears being finished. And it's not a bad thing. It's just truly like, it is a little bit, and it took me a lot of bit to figure it out. So when I hear that people are loving it, and that just makes me so happy, because it feels like it's another child of mine. And I know all designers say, oh, this one's my baby. This one is my baby. I have a 10-month-old. This pattern is my baby as well. So I'm glad that everyone's liking the pattern. So let's talk about things to expect. Let's move into that. I have lots of fun things that I am going to be doing for next year. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for some sneak peeks on those. Join me on YouTube. I also will be talking about stuff there as well. One of the biggest things that I want to do is to do a couple of variations on the ever after ears. So what does that mean? That means that there are many ways that one can wear mouse ears, right? I have come up with the headband way, but I will be releasing a beanie version of the ears, which is really fun. So I just figured out how to make it work by not really altering too much of the style of the headband's ears. So that'll be really fun. And also, in addition to that, I don't know if they're gonna be grouped into the same pattern. They probably won't. They probably will be separated because they're very, I think the bases are very different. So in addition to the beanie version, I am trying to come up with a baseball cap version. And not that we're crocheting the baseball cap, that will not be happening. That is really more of like the headband version. So in a way where the ears are being added to another piece, like a headband. So in the beanie version, you will be crocheting the beanie and the ears and everything that goes with it. With the baseball cap version, which is cool because it's more of like gender neutral or for guys, also inspired through like a collaboration with one of my testers, Christine of Homemade Texas Sunshine. Oh, I love her. Or Homemade Sunshine Texas. I can't remember which way she wrote it. Anyway, we kind of like have been talking that through a little bit. She tried a pair, it worked out really well. So I will be also adding that to the roster. So a baseball cap version of the ears will be coming out, as well as a beanie version of the ears. And I think that'll be so fun, especially for people that, you know, I have to say, I enjoy being girly and I enjoy being a little less girly at times, and I don't always want to wear a bow on top of my head. I actually love baseball caps. I have such a collection. My husband loves seeing me in baseball caps. He always tells me because he's so sweet, and I love wearing baseball caps. And sometimes, like as a mom, my hair is not looking too cute. I mean, you can even see right here, like I got lots of postpartum hair loss regrowth going on here. That's a mouthful. So I definitely love wearing hats, and I thought what a cute way of kind of like getting into a different way to express your ear fun by adding a hat. So we will be doing a couple hats. Another pattern I'm hoping to get out as well around the same time, and we're talking like January, February, something, will be potentially, I can't for sure know if this will happen for sure. I would absolutely love to do a bucket hat, but I'm only saying potentially with that because I don't know if bucket hats are still going to be a thing next year. I think the summer for us makers will determine if bucket hats are a thing. I saw a lot of bucket hats this year. And actually the last couple of years, I feel like I've seen a ton of bucket hats, and I think that's great. I think bucket hats are cute. I don't really wear them, but I think they look great on a lot of people. So with that being said, along with the beanie version, I would love to do a bucket hat version, but you know, it is what it is. It's definitely, you know, just another, it would be probably the same approach as the beanie version would be. I would just have to adjust, obviously, the hat design to make it a bucket hat. So stay tuned if I will be doing that. That one's more of like a bonus situation. Okay, so you're getting lots of sneak peek information in here. This is more of like my designer wish list. Again, life is crazy. You know, January is going to be a busy month for me in general. My son's first birthday is at the end of January. My wedding anniversary is January 17th. I'm going on a major, fun, super cool trip to Universal with a bunch of maker ladies towards the end of, between my anniversary and my son's birthday is when I'm going on this trip to Universal with a bunch of makers. Taylor Lynn Crochet, Sierra's Crafty Creations. Oh, sorry, Sierra, if I forget your handle. I always do that on the spot. I forget her handle. Just Be Innovative, Bethany, Becky of Clay and Fiber Co., Angie of Harper Baby Hooks. So we're all going on this really fun trip together because Taylor is getting married next year, and this is kind of like her bachelorette trip. Like, we all kind of like got super close during the Makers Retreat last year. So we've all kept in touch and been talking, and she was like, you know what, guys, you're already coming. She's like, so let's do a fun girls trip. That's what I would really love for my bachelorette party, instead of doing like, you know, the whole like strippers and blah blah blah. She was like, let's do a fun trip. So that's happening in January. So again, like I said, I would love to do a lot of these patterns. I just don't know when they're rolling out, but if I can help it and get going with my work momentum, that would be ideal. Okay, I feel like honestly the yarn wraps sometimes take up the most time for me because I'm very, like, I like things to be very tight and compact, you know? And they don't have to be that tight when you work them up. That's because you're doing 2 layers of the worsted weight yarn of yarn wraps, so they don't have to be that tight, but I like them to be tight because I can be OCD with my art because it hurts no one at all. It just takes more time. So let's see, anyone has joined this? If you're just joining me, hello, welcome. We're just talking and chatting. I'm going through some things that we will be looking forward to for the next year. 2023 is upon us. I am so excited that the holidays are here. It's been a long time since I've had a low-key holiday. My husband and my son and I were just kind of chilling. We were going to make plans to travel, and then it didn't happen because we ended up moving. And we moved just recently, as of like literally 3 weeks ago. So it's been quite a fun little time in the midst of the holidays, and we kind of just said, you know what, let's just enjoy our new place. Let's just sit here, enjoy each other's company. There's no rush. There's no need to do anything. Our son's so little, he won't even remember what we do anyway, so it's not like we're ruining his holiday experience. I think that dried before I was able to attach it. Yes, it did. Oh, that happens all the time. Sometimes I get really ambitious and I do like a really, really long line of glue and then I end up like peeling it off because it like dries before I get to wrap the yarn around it. So there's that. Okay, let's talk about another pattern I am definitely coming out with. It's already, is it written up? It's like rough draft written up. However, it is completely 100% crochet figured out. Like, I cracked the code on it. And I sold out of them at my first craft show ever that happened this year. It is my Frog Prince amigurumi. And I'll show you really quick. This is, again, you guys are super, super lucky to see all these sneak peeks here. Not super lucky, I'm an overshare. This is my Frog Prince, Jock the Frog. Now, this is the version that didn't make the cut, the final cut. This is like a very beta version. I gave this to my son. This is what he plays with when we're sitting at church. So cute, I love him. Super cute. It will be better done, absolutely. But it is a little guy that he can sit on his own. And I love that. This one doesn't sit on his own because my son has truly like he's teething. So he's like warped it, like the stuffing inside. I don't even know what's going on with it, but there it is, Jock the Frog. And Jock stands for just one kiss. So very much in line with Woven Tales Designs culture of fairy tales, meet yarn, meet magical crafty life. So that will be my first ever amigurumi pattern. It will be a sew pattern, a sew amigurumi, not versus no sew. It will be a sew, so you will have to sew pieces together, but it will definitely be a lot less crazy oh, I can't have these yet. What am I doing? It's a very beginner friendly amigurumi, in my opinion, the way I'm doing it, because I'm not a master amigurumi designer. I just like really wanted to do a frog prints amigurumi design for a craft show. And then once I made it, I said, huh, I can share this with people, sure thing. Okay, so I did my first yarn wrap layer. Now I am inserting my first ear insert. This is this high density craft foam. Love this stuff. I got this from Hobby Lobby, as I do, because Hobby Lobby is just like everywhere down here, and I love all their products. This is like cosplay grade foam, cosplay grade foam, Nicole, speak English. And it's really, really durable. This I use instead of cardboard. I know a lot of ear makers use cardboard, and that's fine. You know, if you're trying to get use the supplies you have, totally understandable. Cardboard will work just fine. I just find that over time, because I'm someone, once I make something, I like to cherish it, I like to enjoy it. And I think that cardboard kind of like disintegrates over time. Sorry, I'm grabbing polyfoam. Polyfil. I just put foam in here, now we're adding polyfill. So the cardboard tends to kind of change shape and warp over time because it is post-recycled paper. So I just rather use something that's not exactly going to break down as easily, especially because, I mean, at least for me, I live in Florida. Obviously, when I go to the Disney parks, I go to the Disney World in Florida. I don't go to California. California, y'all got some nice weather out there. I have only been to San Francisco in California. Did I go to San Diego? I think I went to San Diego, but I went to like, not like downtown San Diego. Y'all got some nice weather out there, so I'm a little bit jealous sometimes, because when I go to the parks, it's always sweaty time and it's very humid. So I do enjoy knowing that an accessory that I take hours of my time to make will not fall apart, you know? I want to make sure, especially for me, if I make it for me, whatever, cool. If it falls apart, it falls apart, whatever, it's for me. Now, if I go to sell it, I want to sell the highest possible quality that I can. If I'm just making a practice piece, by all means, use the cardboard, use whatever craft foam that you have available to you. It is just good though if it's still the actual thickness. So I don't stuff my ears that much. I kind of just give it like a shallow whoopie pie stuffing. If anyone knows what whoopie pies are, please give me like a heart or a thumbs up. I grew up in Pennsylvania, and whoopie pies were like a huge deal when I was a kid. I don't know why. They're literally just like soft Oreo cookies that are like double stuffed, but they're delicious. Yeah, that's about as much. Maybe I'll just add like a squidge more in that ear. Yes. So to get back to what I was talking about, so that frog pattern, that will hopefully come out next year, early in the year, because it is a really cute pattern. It sells so well in markets. I would love to actually, oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I love Jock. He's so cute. I wanted to come out with this like, also this like down, I think I will actually, I wanted to come out with, in addition to the pattern for the frog, this little like mini fairy tale readout that you could print and add as like a little actual like fun tag story, like mini tale poem for your, like, you know how people do like adoption cards for like their amigurumi when they sell them, so like little kids have like a whatever. So I thought it'd be cute to have like a little pocket tale. And I'd love to come up with like a little poem to add to it to go with the pattern, so that it's kind of like a full fairy tale immersion of the amigurumi with whoever is receiving the amigurumi. And if it's for you, amazing, amazing. Thank you for joining, everyone. Hello, hello. So yes, so that's for that. Don't know when that's coming out, but I will be looking for testers for that. So if you have tested for me before, or if you have not and you would like to, please stay tuned to my stories. And also, yeah, stay tuned to my stories. I was gonna say, where else would I put this? No, my stories. Stay tuned to my stories. If I need any extra pattern testers, I will be going there to kind of announce that, and then I'll let you know how that process works. But yeah, we have the frog pattern coming out. I have the beanie mouse ears coming out. I have the baseball cap mouse ears coming out. And then I have a very fun oversized scarf that I designed when I was pregnant, that I wrote the whole pattern up. I have the prototype and everything. I have the video. And then I had a child, and then I stopped. So I have a scarf pattern. I don't know if that's coming out in the beginning of the year. I might just save that till next winter. Cause I think it's pretty, it's not like super trend scarf, trend. It's not a super trendy scarf. So I think that it will definitely be something that can work with my releases next year. Okay, I'm just like double checking my stuffing because I'm talking and I'm not exactly focusing on what I'm doing. Why would I do that? That would be smart. Okay, just feel like I stuffed these. Does that look normal to you? I don't know. Okay, that looks kind of cool. Okay, amazing. I think this one looks more stuffed, but okay. So let's get down to talking about mouse ear collections. That's the other topic I wanted to bring up. So I haven't done made to order or physically sold items in my Etsy store or any other e-commerce platform since I first started my business. Oh, hi Jared. And since coming out with this mouse ear pattern, I have been so excited to actually, like, this is the first pattern I've made that I actually like making over and over and over. And I don't know if it's because it's like my love for Disney or it's just like in general, like, because they really are super fun to make. The ears are crojo boosting because the possibilities are endless, and it's more of like an amigurumi project than it is like making a garment or making socks. Like it just kind of super motivating. So with that being said, I said, you know what? I really like making mouse ears. I might start doing some collections. Hello, are you not watching the Beauty and the Beast live? Is that tonight? Ah, dang it. I guess I'm not watching the Beauty and the Beast live. Oopsies. But I wish the cast all the best. It looked good. Josh Groban, heck yeah. Heck yeah, Josh Groban. Can anyone explain to me who is her? H-E-R. Does that stand for something? It's almost over. Well, all right, well, I missed it. Oh well. Who is her? Can anyone please explain that to me? Because that's who's playing Belle, right? Her is playing Belle, or the musical artist known as Her. Ooh, we're getting there. I don't know who that is. I've never heard of her before. I guess it's just because I'm in my time of being like a new mom and I just don't do anything anymore as far as keeping up with pop culture. I'm not gonna apologize for that one because my life now revolves around other things. But I hope the cast had fun with doing doing live performances. So I will do a YouTube background info on me video one day that kind of explains my life as a performer. Before I did my business, before I became a mom, I used to perform. I used to be a dancer singer, and I was an Actors Equity Association member. And those, I will just leave you with this. Those are, oh, I did that. Oh my God. I've done this before. Dang it, because I'm not paying attention. Thank God it was still kind of, oh no. Okay, so if this happened to you before, if you've made these ears before, it is very easy to not pay attention and to glue them on the wrong way. It's very easy to do. So please don't do like I just did here. Please be a better person than me. because I just had to rip that off, and hopefully it won't affect anything and it will still look good. Well, anyway, I used to be a performer. If you can guess, I used to work for Disney, and it was wonderful. It was probably some of the best years of my life. And I will share that all one day, because Disney is the reason why I started my business, but not in the way you think. So that's why it's a good story. So stay tuned for that video one day. Don't know when I'm gonna release that video, because that video, that will take me some time to. Okay, cool, I did it right this time. I just stared at it again. I was like, oh, did I mess it up again? Oh, I did mess it up, it's fine. Okay, it's fine. All right, cool. So I am now doing my second layer of yarn wraps. So let's get to it. Nothing to it but to do it. Anyway, so yeah, so going back to the collections of ears, I am really excited to start doing collection drops. So my sister works, has this like little, not little, it's awesome. It's like big energy. It's like amazing. She is a vintage thrift shopper, and she upcycles things from her thrift store hauls, and she has this business called Vintage Lioness, and it's amazing. Please go follow her on her social medias if you're into giving beautiful clothing pieces a second home. But anyway, she does collection drops, and she has inspired me so much through her like curation of pieces, and then she like puts them together in these amazing collections, and then she drops them on her like Depop and on her like website and all these things, and she's absolutely incredible. And I am so proud of her. So she has inspired me to do the same thing, but with my mouse ears, and to have themes and not just do like, so like I used to, I would do made to order items on my Etsy, and people would order them whenever they would see like the prototype pictures. They'd be like, yep, I want that. They would order it. They would say what size they wanted. But that got terrifying for me after a while, especially during the holidays, because I was always overwhelmed. Even though I never really got that many orders, it still felt like a lot, because I would do like Disney inspired headbands and gloves, and then I would do them in sets, and then people would order them in sets, and then people would like want custom orders, and then I had a really hard time saying no. Even though there was nothing wrong with saying no, I still had a hard time prioritizing my maker list, and it was a lot. So I stopped doing made to order for a while, then I stopped doing custom orders, but I miss hand making finished pieces and selling them. So I said, you know what, let me do collection drops. I think that will make me feel like I still am connected to my old school way of doing things, but in a new way. So that's what I'm doing. So this collection that I am about to do, as you can tell, it's neon themed. I'm calling it New Year's Neon is the collection, I guess. It is more inspired by the evening parades at Disney and how they'd use like lights and fireworks and fun color laser show displays. I love how the parks really keep you interested all the way through the night. So having everything revealed, don't ask me what that means. Okay, Jared, love you. But yes, I definitely love everything about the parks, and I really love that they make it fun at night, because obviously the parks are beautiful during the day. You have like the walls that people take pictures in front of, you have the picturesque castle, you have like the characters and whatnot, but there is so much to do at the parks at night, and so that's kind of what this collection is a little bit inspired by. So I have curated pretty much everything to be black and neon. So black, and then either accents of neon or like neon with accents of black. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think I have at least 4 types of ears that will be coming out. I don't know exactly how many ears in each style I will make. That's gonna be determined by really just how much I can handle. And then once the collection drops, it'll drop. I'm going to also try to work on getting things in a Shopify store. instead of Etsy. I don't know if I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot for doing that, but I'm doing well with Etsy for pattern sales. So I kind of wanna just leave my patterns on Etsy and then take the sale of my ears to like a separate website. I might be crazy doing that, but that's what I'm planning on doing. So this collection will be super fun. I really would love to do like a surprise ear, like find a way to make a pair of ears that actually light up. But I think that that might be too much for me. Maybe down the road I can do another collection that does something like that. I just feel like that might be too much for me now. Because I have to figure out, because the ears are already, I wouldn't say on the heavy side, but they already have a decent amount of weight to them. I get nervous that if I were to add electronics or even like battery operated lights into a set of ears, I'm not an engineer, I'm a crocheter. I just feel like it might be too much. So I'm gonna stray away from that, which I hope that's okay. But I'd rather be more successful as a crocheter than anything else. So I'm not super worried about that. Great. So, has anyone started making their ears? I know, Michelle, you have. Hello, Mary Lee Hansen. Hello. I have this neon set coming out, and then I hope to have my first, I'm calling it the Hidden Scenes collections. And they'll be like every now and then, but I as a past performer, well, I guess as an ex-performer, I get really inspired by watching the inner beauty of the quieter moments of movies and shows. Like, for example, one of my favorite things to do when I watch a movie, that's whether it's like with real people in it or like just like it's a cartoon or it's like CGI or whatever, any kind of movie, I love to see what the actors on the side do. What do I mean by that? I like to see the in-between moments. I like to see the reactions. I like to see how it's not just the person talking, it's like how are the people listening to their acting? Like, how are they interacting with the scene, and how are the background dancers? How are, you know, the supporting roles adding to the scene? What does the scene itself look like to complement? Like, did they style the main actress or actor with a blue shirt because it brings out the sadness in their eyes when they're going through a scene where they have to cry? Like, I really like seeing the creative moments in between the highlighted big moments of movies and shows. So, I guess that's a long way of saying I really enjoy the non-climaxing versions and moments in movies and shows. Like, anytime I watch a show or movie with my husband, I'm always like, oh my God, did you notice that they did this? Because it makes things seem less hard to swallow in this part of the movie where they're like talking about like, you know, like hard news, like maybe the main character gets some hard news, and to maybe make things less hard for the audience to watch the main character get the hard news, maybe they quiet the audio down in the scene, or like they reduce the background noise of the scene. You know, like I notice stuff like that, and that stuff makes me really excited as a creative, and it's very inspiring to me. So that's a long way of me saying that some of my mouse ear collections will be inspired by not main characters of Disney shows or movies, but more so of like the artistic moments that kind of like make me think or take my breath away, or I think are understated. One of my ears from one of my collections, well, the collection is based around Cinderella, right? The original 19 whatever, is it 1930s, 50s? I can't remember. I love like the scene in the very beginning of the movie where you see the castle or the chateau of where Cinderella grew up, and her father and her sitting at the fountain, and you see the chateau in the background, and the stone is not just painted in this like gray and white, or like gray blues, like a normal stone chateau would be. They use other colors to create gray and to create these beautiful like painted like chateaus. They create like the turrets with like shades of magenta and like purple and stuff, and it's just really cool. So I'm using like shades and tones from that to create or use as a palette for my ears. And so things like that are what I will be hopefully doing collections based off of. I know that's like super artsy fartsy, but that is me. I don't like to just do sometimes the obvious thing. I like to kind of take a chance and do things my way, and I think there's plenty of mouse ear makers out there that do, and there's nothing wrong with it. I love all versions of mouse ears and their approaches, but I think there is enough people doing like, you know, a set of ears inspired by Stitch, or a set of ears inspired by Belle, or the Little Mermaid with the fork on it and the pearl embellishments. Like there's enough of that going around, but like there's other beautiful parts of Disney, and there's other beautiful parts of these movies that take years to create, like background scenes. That's such a great idea. I feel like Mulan might have a great color palette too. Yes. Are you talking about the live action or the animated version? I have mixed feelings about the live action because cinematically, beautifully filmed. Love the colors. I love the Japanese blossoms when she's singing through that. Yes. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like that's such a beautiful part. Love that, love that, love that. Like you could even do like a set of ears inspired by like the Imperial Army's uniforms, because Mulan spends most of her time in the movie. Oh, animated. Okay, good. Mulan spends most of her time in that movie in uniform. So like, why not? Why are we making ears with her in her like outfit to see the matchmaker? She spends like the first like 5 minutes of the movie in that outfit, and she hates that outfit. She gets it all wrinkled and messed up, and that's the funny part of the movie that catalysts her into the rest of the plot. You know, like, so like, why wouldn't you make me why wouldn't you make a set of ears based on like the other parts? Her uniform. Make a set of ears based on Cricket, her Cricket, the Lucky Cricket. And you can name the ears Lucky or Dumb Luck. Or make a set of ears inspired by the color palette of the grandma, who is the funniest person in that movie. Everybody thinks that Mushu is the funniest. The grandma, Mulan's grandma, she's hilarious. She is the funny part of that movie. Hands down, I will fight anybody. I will fight anybody on that fact. So yeah, so that's, you know, that's where my brain's at. I think, you know, as artists, it's so easy to fall into, oh, well, maybe this is what I'll make because this is what will sell, you know, and that's fine. It's so good. Like we need to know our audience, our market, and we also need to honor ourselves as makers. And we need to make sure that we're not just, you know, only making for people, but we need to maybe encourage people towards a fun new thing that they never thought they would like. So that's, you know, so that's what I'm hoping to do with these ears. I'm hoping to kind of have fun and push myself artistically and make myself feel more, I don't know, like boost my crojo for future pattern making by having fun with mouse ears. So grandma at the end is every woman upon seeing Li Shang. Bro, that is so true. And she says, sign me up for the next war. I mean, she's not wrong. Shoot, that's the consolation prize. Absolutely. Oh shoot, okay. I need to like step back for 2 seconds because I forgot my tapestry needle, which is just over here, and my scissors, because I gotta snip off this here, and I need to hurry up because this live is probably gonna cut me off soon. If this live does cut me off in a little bit, thank you for everyone that's joined and hung out. And, you know, again, if you guys have any questions about the pattern or any questions in general about just like what to expect in making these, you know, this is an intermediate level pattern. It's so fun, and there's so much that you can learn from doing this pattern if you're a beginner. But be cautioned, this is not a pattern I would recommend for anybody that's just learning to crochet, or they only have ever followed one pattern, or they haven't ever followed any patterns, because it's very much, it breaks things down, but it will not hold your hand. And the video on YouTube will break things down very much so. So right now I'm just connecting the ear strip ends together. The video breaks things down, but it's not going to be super, super, super beginner friendly, because, and there's tons of really great beginner friendly patterns out there. I don't know if there are any I don't know of any mouse ear beginner friendly patterns. I would say this is experienced beginner friendly, but not beginner. So yeah, so just beware, you know, don't be discouraged. If you wanna take some time in 2022, sharpen your skills, get to know your hook, get to know yarn, get to know, you know, there's tons of amazing tutorials on YouTube, tons of amazing tutorials. I learned how to crochet through my mother-in-law. She actually taught me at a baseball game because my phone was dying, and I was like, hey, what you doing there? And she's like, oh, I'm crocheting. And I was like, oh, can you teach me? And she's like, oh, you want to learn? I said, yeah, I'm crafty. And I learned, and it was so fun. But it took me years to get comfortable with my skills. And I reference YouTube all the time. So if that is something that, if this is something that you want to make down the road, put this on your vision board. You can get the pattern as motivation, and then just wait till you feel like you're ready to start it. And you know, I will say, as a crocheter that has learned to knit after learning to crochet, I do a lot of my learning how to knit by just buying a pattern and trying to figure it out as I go. Do I get frustrated and frog my work like a trillion times? Yes. But the things that I learn that way are never forgotten. So I like it. I like it that way. So I feel like there was something else I was about to mention. Yes. So one of my favorite scenes from the Cinderella movie that I will be working with is the scene, to inspire a set of ears, I should say, is the bubble scene in Cinderella. When she starts cleaning, I guess that's like their downstairs like foyer in the chateau, and she starts singing the song that her stepsisters were trying to sing, the Nightingale song. She's like, sing sweet nightingale, and it's very like operatic and whatnot, but it's so pretty. And I love that the bubbles, like, think about like the cartoons back then. There weren't that many cartoons. There weren't any Saturday morning cartoons. And the fact that Disney had the imagination and the thought and they conceptualized that, like, what fun magical scene would it be to have Cinderella sing to her reflection in a bubble because she's making the most of her situation. She has been literally told, you can go if you do all your house chores and the mending and the sewing and take care of the stepdaughters and the stepmother and Lucifer, and also somehow you have to have a dress ready. Like, and so like she's given this long list of things to do that, like, we all know that girl ain't gonna get that stuff done. And most people would probably cry and say, I'm not going to the party, I'm not going to the ball. And it's just like a true testament of her character and her grace that she takes a bad moment and tries to make something beautiful out of it. She sings. She makes the ugly song that the stepsisters are singing beautiful, and she sings to these bubbles. She's singing to herself. She's self-soothing, and she's doing like self-care while she's cleaning. Like, it's a brilliant scene. It's one of my favorite scenes. Anyway, so one of my ears is inspired by the bubble scene. It's amazing. I love it. Okay, I'm gluing down the sides now that now it's like sewn down. That's literally my favorite scene. Isn't it so beautiful? I was trying to get, okay, so there's I'm just gonna tell you all my secrets. The other scene that I am working with, and I haven't sourced the yarn yet for it, I haven't even begun to think about like how I'm going to do it. I love, for some reason, there's a scene between the Duke and the King after it's either after or like, no, I think it's like right before the ball. Before they send out a royal proclamation that all eligible maidens in the kingdom are to attend the royal ball, right? And they're talking about the prince and how he'll never settle down and the king just wants grandchildren and he wants to hear the little pitter patter of feet of grandchildren on the floor of like the castle grounds, whatever. Yeah, cute moment. He wants to be grandpa. We all love him for that. But he talks about his son and how he has grown up, and the camera keeps zooming out and zooming out and zooming out. The camera, it's not a camera, it's obviously an animated film, but the scope of the scene keeps zooming out and out and out with this one line from the king, and he goes to describe his son growing up, and it shows these like gorgeous gilded framed portraits of his son from like baby until like this like Prince Charming that we all know and love, right? And I, for some reason, am so upset, maybe because I like my frame, I don't know. I'm obsessed with like the grandeur of these photos. They become bigger and bigger with like his son's like rise to like adulthood. And I think it's so cool that like, I mean, I guess I think of it more now as a parent, but like, you know, you all, I need a glue stick. Ah, here it is. I need a glue stick. I'm running low on glue here. We all as parents love our children. I love my children. My children? I have a child. I have one child. And my pattern. My pattern is my job. But we all love our kids. I probably need a second phone for the amount of photos I have on my phone. And I don't know. If I could totally create a gallery that I could just walk in and just admire photos of my son framed and it wouldn't be weird, I'd probably do it. So I just love that scene because I think it just shows really how much his dad loves him and he just wants him to be happy and he just wants him to carry on the family legacy. And that's it. So that's why I just love that scene, and I think so I want to do something inspired by the frame, the gilded framed portraits in the hall of like the royal photos or something like that. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm really just gonna have to look at the colors, I guess. Ooh, hot. And just see what I have to work with. But I think it's gonna be good. I'm excited. I don't know. Thanks again for everyone that's joined in and said hi and hung out. I know the holidays are here. Everyone is probably watching that live action Beauty and the Beast. I didn't even realize it was on. I only started seeing advertisements for it like a couple of days ago, so oops. But I had a lot of stuff to do today. I had work earlier today. I work at a First Watch, which no one's ever been. It's an amazing place to get brunch. So delicious. I work as a server there. I did that all day. Then I had to go to my storage unit and get some Christmas decorations out because we have not yet decorated for Christmas. Oops. Paige, hello. How are you? Oh my God. That's Paige, y'all. Paige Arisi. Yeah, so it was, you know, I had some stuff to do today. So, yeah. But I'm so excited to share all these new things in the future with everyone. I'm really grateful. If I haven't said it before, first of all, I'm really grateful for my pattern testers. They're like absolutely amazing. They're pretty much the reason why I had the confidence to publish my pattern. I am so grateful for the pattern sales that have been coming in. So if you have purchased my pattern, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So here's finished. And now I have to attach the bow. That was the side, right? This, right? This or this? Nah, definitely not that. I think I like the pink on top and to be like this. This or this? I feel like I'm at the optometrist. This or this? I'm looking at it from here and here. This side, okay, cool. All right, so adding the bow. Big glob of glue, big glob of glue. Glob of glue. All right, going in, no shame, right in, and getting it pressed down and not letting go. I probably added a little too much glue. I'm gonna wick that away here. It's easy to do when it's still drying, still cooling down. Just don't like there to be like too much seeping out because that kind of looks bad. That's finished when all is said and done. Yes, so if you missed it, sneak peek, Jock the Frog, soon to come to you, 2023. He's very fun, very cute. Works with pretty much any yarn. You just need to go like a half hook size down than the recommended hook size of whatever yarn you're using. So that one I worked up with Yarn Bee's Soft Secret in Avocado. And I think I used a 4mm hook because it calls for a 4.5mm hook. So I used a 4mm hook. I never feel like this is pressed down long enough. So like if you see me smashing it, that's why. Okay, I think that's good. Now I can fluff it out. Oh, so cute. So cute. Love, love, love. This is gonna turn out really well. I am very pleased with this. I cannot. Look. Oh, they're so fun. Love this. Love this so much. Oh my God. Again, if you've missed me talking about this collection this will be a part of a New Year's neon ear collection, or like my first collection to drop in the new year. I don't think it's gonna come out New Year's Day. That'd be ridiculous. If I can manage it, I would, but I'm not going to give too much pressure on myself. And this collection is inspired by the Disney parks at night. Disney parks have some of the coolest light shows and nighttime parades that happen at night. Sometimes they do laser shows depending on the park. Sometimes they do fireworks. Most parks do fireworks, I think, most Disney parks. So I'm getting really excited to start going to the parks again because my son, he is 10 months old, and my husband and I are like, let's get Disney annual passes. And I'm like, cool, say less. So we're hoping to do some of that next year. I know he's super young, but we live in Florida. So it's not like, you know, we're just going for the one time and trying to make the best of it. Like, I just like to go to like Animal Kingdom and see the animals. My son loves animals. So that will be something that we try to do. Soon here. Oh my God, I am really butchering how I'm cutting this. I never really ever cut this bad. I think I'm rushing. Hopefully this live doesn't end on me soon. So right now what I'm doing is I'm trimming the piece that I used to cover the ends of the mouse ear tips with, the ends of the headband. Normally I use like a no fraying fabric, but for this set of ears, I love this like crushed velvet fabric here, crushed velvet. So I'm looking at, hi Sarah, I'm looking at, oh, my other college dance bestie. Oh, love you, Sarah. Hope you guys had fun at Disney. You guys just went, I know it was so fun. I was looking at your pictures the other day. But yes, this crushed velvet, it's actually ribbon. It's actually like 2-inch wide ribbon, or 2.5-inch wide, I should say. Really, really pretty. And you can use fraying fabric to cover your mouse ear ends with. However, when you do so, because of the nature of the fabric and it fraying, you have to get a lighter and singe the edge of your fabric so that it doesn't come apart. I learned this technique from my dancing days when I had to sew ribbons onto my point shoes. And anytime I would add the ribbon, I would have, you know, I would have to cut the ribbon after sewing it on. And in order to keep it from fraying and unraveling in my shoe, I would have to singe the edges of the ribbon with a lighter. And that is what kept it from doing so. So before I even glue this on, I'm just gonna double check that it's gonna be okay. Oh God, it's not bad. I might have to not do that tonight. Ooh, I gotta sloppily cut that. Okay, Well, just to show you what I'm doing, and it's fine because this is definitely a set that will maybe only just be for pictures. I'm taking my lighter. Take caution, everyone. Do not do this around children, and also do not let your kids do this. I take the lighter once I've cut my piece, and I literally just lightly go across the edges here. Just like that. I'm not even barely like holding it longer than a second. And all that's doing is it's just kind of like, you know, like an old, like where they have to cauterize a wound with like a flame or like an iron of some sort, a hot iron. It's essentially what we're doing. We're cauterizing the edges of this fabric. And this is like a fake faux crushed velvet ribbon. I got at Hobby Lobby, yes, because that's the only place I apparently shop. Yay! Oh my goodness. And I honestly need to hurry up here. Okay. All right. So, shall I attempt to do this? That is the question. I think I shall. I think it'll be fine. Okay. So, I am going to add glue to the outer edge here. Doing this one first, it's the less messy one. The other side, the yarn started to unravel because I was rushing, because I was excited to get on live. I'm just going to go like that. Yep. Is that in the center? Probably. Okay, press it down, press it down. Now I'm going to add this here. I am so happy that people did join in and say hi. I would like to do more lives down the road. I don't know, you know, how often, but I think it's fun to do a live after every pattern release to kind of just check in and say hi and say, oh my God, this is what happened, guys. Oh. You know, I had a lot of issues with iMovie coming into my pattern test, and it was because, and I am not the only maker. I had other makers reach out to me and be like, bro, are you having issues with this? And I'm like, yes. I guess iMovie hasn't updated to match the latest Mac update. And because of that, iMovie was crashing every 5 seconds. Like I would go to edit like for 10 minutes and all of a sudden the whole thing would like crash on me. And I never knew why. It always just said like not enough storage, and my computer definitely had enough storage. So I don't really know when they're gonna fix that, but thankfully one of my testers completely saved me from complete emotional mental breakdown. She suggested this editing app for iPads called Video Shop. And I think it's by the same company that does like GIFs or Jiffy, I think that's the company. And it's an incredible app. It's so easy to use. I figured it out. I figured out how to use it within literally a day, and I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed by it. And it makes video editing so much faster. Okay, I need to trim this way, like that. That's not good. So yeah, so that was my struggle. I feel like the pattern could have actually come out early if that was not a struggle. But it needed to happen because I was glad to find something that I could work on my videos remotely if I needed to. My husband travels for work, and sometimes we go and meet him wherever he's at. So with that, it was nice to know that now I have a way to edit videos on the go if I need to. I don't necessarily have to be sitting at my desktop to do so. And I can still even upload videos from my iPad as well. So that was really nice. So it had to happen so that I knew I had like a backup plan in case my computer ever crashed one day, or like in case maybe like my computer just doesn't want to work for me. I don't know. So I am at the moment where I'm babbling now. I can't believe it's 10:12. I feel like the day just is gone. I'm so happy though that everybody has been joining in and has been enjoying the mouse ear fun. For anybody that is a Disney nerd. I see you. And there's so many fun patterns coming out in the new year that will be along the same vein as this mouse ear headband pattern. I am releasing a collection of mouse ears that are crocheted in the new year as well, and I'm really excited about that. So I can't wait to share those as well. I can't wait to share a lot of stuff. I'm finally out of maternity leave. My husband and I would love a second kid. I just don't know when that will happen. So I am soaking up all of this time now that I can have back to work on my business, get back into designing. It's so fun. Lissa loves scraps. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. The pattern, this live is almost over, but I would love to do lives again in the future. So I will try to maybe do a live, maybe like every other week. I think that would be nice. Do like a little sip and stitch. Today I'm sipping on Bubly raspberry flavored. Wow, this is like such a bad glue version. So one of my experiments will be to try to see if I can rip off a covering of the ends and reattach it better, because this was really crappy. Like, look at all that glue that's like on the inside. Oh my God, it looks like my son did that. but they're finished. Shall we try them on? Oh my God, I love these. These are so fun. Wow. And they sit so easily on the head. They really do. They're comfortable. I did have one of my testers, she made a set of ears for her daughter and her daughter's friends, and they went to the parks. They wore them all day, and they said, I don't know if you can see this, those watching in the YouTube video. Oh, geez. Let me back up a little bit. Hi. That's my camera here, because I'm obviously going to post this on my YouTube channel. Wow, yeah, these are fun. Love them. But they said they wore mouse ears all day. They loved them. They said that they were so comfortable. So many people were complimenting them, asking where they got them, where they can get them. So anybody that wants to make these and sell them, you will sell them. Testers of mine have already sold them. They've already done a really great job of, you know, advertising them. I would say another theme. What yarn did you use? Hi, Denise Noemi. So this is Yarn Bee yarn from Hobby Lobby. It's the category 4-weight yarn called Glowing. And this is the colorway Shopping Spree. So this is what the cake looks like. I cake up this yarn. And there's another skein of it back here. I'll pull this off my yarn wall so you can see. So this is, it's like goes in and out of like pinks, hot magenta, purple, neon blue, neon yellow, neon orange yellow, and it's really fun. I love it. It's got this like black, it's like a double, it's 2-ply, so it's black, and it is also like the neon ombre color, and it's really fun. I'm glad you like it. Yay. I love it. I saw this on the shelves and I said, oh my God, this fits in with my theme perfectly. The other thing I thought about this, what this reminds me of, because all I knew is I wanted to do neon. I just wanted to do neon and black. For some reason that just spoke to me for this collection. So this is one of the yarns that I'm using for it. I can give you guys a look. Oh, this is another yarn I'm using for this collection. So it works up a little bit differently. This is Soft and Sleek. I don't know the colorway. I'll look this up here. This thing is gonna cut me off soon on live, I'm guaranteeing it. Soft and Sleek, another category 4, it's only $4, this game's great. Neon Stripe, I thought it was some crazy name. Neon Stripe is the name of this colorway. So this is another yarn I'm using. I'll show you how this works up with, let me see if I have it here. I do. Yes, this is what it looks like for like the ear round. So you can see it's very different, where this is more of like ombre with like the black consistent throughout, kind of a zebra look, like a rainbow zebra. This is more like striping with the different neon punching in and out. This will be paired with, oh, I'm so sad for you. I'm so sorry. Where are you from? That's so exciting though. Someone not from America watching my show. It is sad. I'm so sorry. Hobby Lobby has some great yarn, girl. Maybe you just need to make a Yarny friend in Puerto Rico. Are you serious? They don't ship to Puerto Rico? That's terrible. Okay, well, here's the deal. When I do this collection drop, if I ever have like extras of the skein and I do like a D-stash or something, I'll try to stay tuned to my my channel or my Instagram, and I will maybe if I do a D-stash, maybe I can send you some. That is ridiculous. They don't ship to Puerto Rico. It's in the US. It's a US state. It's a US territory. Why would they not ship? Okay, well, I'm really sorry. That sucks because this is a really fun yarn. I bet you anything that Hobie or Ice Yarns has something similar. They tend to have a lot of like dupes of Hobby Lobby yarn. Maybe I'll do like I would like to do like dupe videos where like, okay, I found this yarn in this store. This is my favorite yarn. Let's see if there's other dupes in other websites or other stores. So maybe I'll do that because I really think that like yarn should be accessible to everybody. It is a craft supply and it's not that difficult to ship. It doesn't weigh that much, but oh well. But this is super fun. This works up like this. I have another, do I have it in here? I don't think so. I had this, oh, it's behind me. So there's another, it's a light fingering weight yarn. It was in my yarn wall video. Oh my gosh, this is stuck on the peg. I don't even think I can get it off. Okay. Golly. This is like a fingering weight yarn. It's a sock yarn. I cannot get any more skeins of this. It makes me sad. I bought like one skein. Thankfully I've only used it for the bow version. But this I double strand with like a black yarn, a DK weight black yarn, and that creates a really fun neon look too. So basically this whole line is just neon and black in like 4 different ways. So that's my first collection. Sorry, there's hair in my mouth, that I will be dropping in 2023 of mouse ears. And I cannot wait to sell them and see how they do. I can't wait to photograph them. Everything. But I just finished assembling these tonight. I've been dying to see how these kind of like go with each other, the different pieces. So like I've used the same exact yarn throughout the entire, like for the ears. There's no complementary, there's no main color. It's just one yarn that is used for this entire thing except for the ends of the ears. And that I haven't made a set of ears that was like completely mono yarn, just like one type of yarn. I've always done like color A and color B. So this will be one of the ears that I will drop. What headbands do you use? Hi, so I really do need to make an Amazon supplies list for you guys on this platform to see. I just go to Amazon and I just type in 1-inch wide plastic headbands. It's usually under like the craft category or DIY craft category, and that's it. I buy like in bulk because I have made so many of these. I've also practiced on so many of these to perfect it. So I just buy them in bulk. You can get them in a set of 12, you can get them in a set of 40, you can get them in a set of 100, and that's what I buy. It's very simple. Honestly, I couldn't find a lot of these wider headbands in stores. That's why I went to Amazon. Neither does Michaels. Ah, Michaels too? Dude, Hobby Lobby and Michaels need to get it together. Does Joann's ship to you? I wonder if Premier Yarns, because Premier Yarns has some pretty nice yarns. I wonder if they have yarns that are like similar to this. Thank you. Oh yeah, you're welcome. No problem. Yay, I'm glad you guys like this. All right, so it's already 10:22. I think Instagram's gonna kick me off soon. I'm not sure. I don't know how long they allow you to do lives for, but this has definitely been going on for an hour. I've had so much fun. Joann's is closing a lot of their stores. Really? Oh, wait a minute, I need to pause for this tea. Joann's is closing their stores? Tell me more. Why are they closing their stores? I need to put my ears on for this. I need 2 sets of ears for this. Why are they closing? Why are they closing? Little Lolita Alexi was one of my testers, you guys. She was amazing. She did so good. She did these really, she just did so good. All my testers did amazing. So proud of them. So grateful. Wonder why Joann's is closing. Here I have some Maryland already. Really? I wonder why that is. Joann's is the only one that ships to Puerto Rico. Dude, that sucks. Oh, man. Well, I wonder, so I feel like Premier is a yarn company that ships all over, right? Maybe try to see if Premier has some stuff that's gonna, you know, tickle your fancy like these ones do. Because I feel like Premier has, from my experience, some really good quality yarn. They also have like a lot of cool, like, they didn't tell me, but there's an article on Google. Oh, the tea. Oh my goodness. That's really interesting to me because I did notice, and I know the pandemic. Oh, the pandemic. I know the pandemic has changed a lot of things for a lot of businesses, small and big box. So I wonder if potentially they just couldn't save what they lost from the pandemic, because I know they raised their prices like insanely. Like I stopped buying yarn altogether. Sorry, I'm gonna grab this ear stand so I can properly put them on an ear stand. But I've stopped buying yarn altogether from Joann's because their prices are insane. I go in there and first of all, like their shelves are so unorganized. I cannot stand it. This is my mouse ear stand, thanks to Made by Madison for telling me about it. She's so cute. Look at this mouse ear stand, it's so cute. Love it. I got this on Amazon too. But yeah, I just feel like they've been raising their prices a lot. Their employees never really seem happy, but I mean, I feel like that's anywhere. Can't really just blame it on Joann's. I wonder if it's because of them just losing so much money from the pandemic and maybe people just not shopping as much there because they raised their prices and then they're like, oh, I don't know. I can't judge. Well, anyway, I'd be interested to know what goes on with them down the road. That's crazy, man. Okay. Well, guys, with that being said, it's almost 10:30. Thank you so much for tuning into my live. Thank you for being a part of this awesome, fun, creative journey. I had a great time during this live tonight. I plan to do more. So if this was fun for you, if you want to see me assemble more ears down the road, let me know. Maybe I'll do like sneak peek of like each ear from like my collection that I plan to do. And maybe like this will be like a every other week or like maybe every Thursday. I will come on here live and we'll chat and we'll talk yarn talk and you can assemble a pair of ears with me. If you have any questions, you can tune in, ask them, ask away. But I'm gonna get going because I have some Downton Abbey to watch with my husband. I just recently got him addicted to it. It's really fun. So I'm gonna catch you guys later. I hope you all have a magical day and a creative day, adding magic to your stitches in your own way. And you have a good night and happy holidays. I don't even know if I'm gonna say hi to anyone after this because I feel like I just need to enjoy the holidays with my family and you should too. So happy holidays. Get you some crochet, some crojo, if you don't want to buy the pattern, that's fine. This is available as a free pattern on YouTube. So check out my YouTube channel. The links are in my bio and I will see you guys another day. Bye-bye. Take care. How do I end this? Oh my God, where's the button? Oh, my lives are so fun, thank you.